Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and today I have an unboxing of something that's probably a little bit more uncommon that most people probably have never had cross their mind. It's a head-up car display, which I don't know how to put it. I guess essentially it's just an instrument cluster on your windshield, kind of high-tech looking. I believe some Chevys and some cars actually come with them, the factory. It's just something that I've been thinking about adding. I recently got an 04 Grand Marquis and they don't have a tachometer, and I figured instead of adding a tach, which quite frankly would look tacky, pun intended, that I would just do this. It's kind of a little bit more slim, sleek, and no big gauge. It's all digital, and it also tells you some other relevant information. Now, as far as what this one is, it's just called the A8. I've seen it under a bunch of different models. Actually, the one I bought was just called interface, kilometers, miles, speed warning, and then just A8. Of course, it says it's made in China, which I don't think there are any American-made ones. They all seem to come from China, but the quality actually seems to be pretty good. They all have the same box. Like I said, no matter what one you buy, they'll probably use the same ad. And here's the actual display itself. It's all reversed or mirrored, I guess you could say. Easiest way to put it is when you see an ambulance and the writing's backwards, so when it reflects on your window, it's correct. And then this is the Obd2 cable. I'm actually curious because this is mini USB. If this will work like, say, an Android phone or tablet, if you could do diagnostics through an app. But yeah, I believe this is mini, not micro, and I think most Androids use micro, so that may not work unless you have something like that, but that's really not relevant for this. And get this out. And then just the rest of the materials. So you have your manual, which is going to be really important because everything needs to be switched into, I guess, what you would call imperial units. And then you get this sticky pad, which I noticed mine has protective plastic on both sides because both sides are sticky. It's not an adhesive, it's just a sticky material, so you definitely want to wipe your dash off so you don't pick up a bunch of lint and stuff on it. And then you get this essentially like a little reflector window that you put on your actual window, and then that'll help it reflect better if you think you need that. Let me just open this up now. Again, some of them, they're different names, but they're all, if they're an A8, I think they're all made from the same, like, Chinese manufacturer, so they're all the same. Some might have their own logo on this, but they're all, again, the same, if they're the A8 model. And then you have, obviously, your port there to connect it to the car. Let's see if we can get in focus. On-off switch. And then this neat thing, which I believe they call a wave button, that goes that way, and in. And I believe that's how you basically control the entire unit. Just all you can really do is menus, and then you can scroll through some different things that are whatever what you want to display on this. Now I'm going to show the entire manual. So if you don't want to see this, you could just skip ahead in the video, but a lot of people ask how to do it, and I figured I would just show it page for page. And of course you can just pause the video if there's anything particular you want to see. Now this, as it said, it should work with any car that uses OBD2. I believe they all switched to it after 96, but then in the listing, the sellers often say, I think 2003 and newer for American cars, and then maybe 2007 newer for Asian cars, so I'm not sure. If it's OBD2, it still might be worth trying. Make sure you buy from a seller that guarantees returns, and you could obviously return it if you don't get all the features. And this tells you all the menus. There's 16 different ones. And then this is further description of them. So it's basically just simply some troubleshooting, just basically how to change everything from like kilometers to miles per hour and Celsius to Fahrenheit. Basically, that's all it is. Then some calibration. If your car is an OBD2, you can get ones that are just GPS based that don't connect to the car. They're just powered via 12 volt, and they use a GPS satellite. I think that might be called the Q7. There are some that are much smaller, and I think the Q7 is about this size and about this feature rich. If you had an older car, you wanted to do it that way, but I want the OBD2 for the tachometer and some of the other relevant information. So I guess next I'll just show it in the car, and hopefully it will be compatible with my car. Okay, so I'm in my car now, and from here on out it should be pretty simple. Again, this is what an OBD2 connector looks like. And there's where the OBD2 port is located on my car under the dash. I think a lot of them are like located in this area and then on mine. Again, if it's newer than 96, it obviously should have one. I guess it just slides on, there's like no click. Now hopefully when I start the car up, it should boot into like the full featured mode. In cars where it doesn't work, it just shows the voltage. It wouldn't be compatible with those cars. Again, I think it did say on the sales page what years it was compatible with, although there are people with newer cars that it's not compatible with, and then some older cars do work, so it's just something I guess you have to make sure you get one that'll offer returns. So let's see what happens here. I might need to turn the switch on. There we go. So that switch was off, you have to turn it on here. Now I think it'll take a while to boot up for the first time. That's to sync with the computer, which I assume is why it's doing that, kind of like telling you it's loading. Again, these Mercuries some of them had the digital dash where they would tell you all kind of driver info and gas mileage. I would think this car's computer should be capable of that. But it seems in my situation, mine isn't compatible, even though this is an 04. And I think it said it works with American cars newer than 03. And then some listings it said newer than 05. But again, these are all OBD2. And this, I don't know, it should work, but apparently it doesn't. You can see it just kind of stays on this. I tried shutting it on and off. And you can still go through the menus if I hold the button in. And then you can scroll through them. That would be how you would change things. You can calibrate it and such. But it obviously isn't going to do me any good if it's not compatible with my car. And you hold it again, it'll see how all I'm getting is the volt readers, and then it just says HUD. And you can tell I'm obviously not going to apply this to my car. I just have a piece of tape holding it on. So that's what it'll look like if it doesn't work. I really wanted to show you how it worked, but so that should answer if I guess if you have an 04 or Crown Victoria, Grand Marquis, or Lincoln Town car, it's probably not going to work. So hopefully I can certainly take this one back and get my money back. And again, if this doesn't work, there are ones, like I said before, that will just work off GPS, and then you can plug them in via 12-volt outlet. So that may be another option, although I'll probably just take mine back and forget about it. It would have been something neat to have, but I guess that just goes to show, all of these aren't, even though they seem nice, they seem well built, they just don't get the job done for everything. So obviously not going to be any more of a review. I can't do one. So hopefully, I guess just live and learn, and that's about all I can show you with this. So thanks for watching. Hopefully it'll let you know whether you want to get one, if you think it'll be compatible with your car. Otherwise, you might end up with one like this. So just make sure if you get one on eBay or Amazon, make sure they offer returns. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I'm still unable to get it to work. I try revving it. This keeps blinking. That, I don't know what that means, like something doesn't register, but I tried, see there's no engine temperature here, no RPMs, that's blinking, nothing there. It does do the voltage, but I've tried going through all the display things, and if you shut it off and then turn it back on, it goes back to the HUD thing again. And then to get into that, you just do that, but it doesn't seem to work. See, there's no blinking this time, but it's still not telling me anything. So if I now it'll just now it doesn't want to do anything. Sometimes it would light up all the LEDs like that was some type of test or something. But this just doesn't seem to want to do anything. See, now it's back to blinking. And if I hold that again, it'll do that. So I think that might just be like some calibration thing or just some self-test to see if everything lights up. Because again, if I shut it off, turn it back on, it goes to this HUD thing again. It'll just do that and not do anything else. So if I hold that, it'll go there and it seems like it would work, but again, no coolant, no RPMs. I tried moving the car, that didn't move. So I don't know if it works or not. My car is OBD2 certified, looked under the hood, so maybe it just doesn't work for this car. I might see if I can find someone and try it on something else, but it should have worked on this. I'd have to give this product up. So I'm not going to waste any more time unless I can actually get it to work. So that's my update. Can't get it to work. So for what that's worth, thanks for watching.